I'd love to meet Babbitt, Clifford told Emily Elizabeth. It would be nice to have a friend as big as me. Emily Elizabeth's eyes lit up. Then we are going to find her. Together, they headed to the library to check out some books on whale watching. When Mrs. Clayton, the librarian, heard their plan, her eyes grew wide. "Oh, I thought I saw Babette once," she said. "I was humming a tune on the beach when I spotted a whitetail in the water. But it vanished before I could take a closer look. Why don't you borrow my binoculars?" Mrs. Clayton offered. "They might help you spot her." "Wow, thanks," said Emily Elizabeth.
"Gee, I hope they be careful on finding that whale."
"I hope so too. Keep reading, Justin."
The friends set off toward the beach on their whale-watching adventure. Emily Elizabeth read from the library books along the way. "Did you know whales talk to one another by singing?" she asked Clifford. "I love singing." Clifford wagged his tail. "Now I really hope we find Babbitt." On their way, Emily Elizabeth and Clifford passed by her parents. "We almost saw Babbitt once," her dad told them when he heard about their mission. "We were dancing to music on the docks when there was a splash behind us. We turned around and that we saw a big white tail in the water," guessed Emily Elizabeth. It seemed like everyone had a story of how they had almost spotted Babbitt.
"Wow. Everyone has almost spotted the whale."
"It sure looks like it."
"I'm so excited," said Clifford when they arrived at the beach. "I can't believe I'm finally going to meet someone big just like me." "Our whale watch begins now," declared Emily Elizabeth. Clifford and Emily Elizabeth watched. They waited, and waited. But they didn't see Babbitt. "What if Babbitt doesn't show up?" Clifford asked, worried. "There must be a way to find her," insisted Emily Elizabeth. "How did everyone else say they almost saw her?" "Fisherman Charlie almost saw Babbitt while he was whistling," Clifford said. "And Mrs. Clayton almost saw her while she was humming. And my parents almost saw her while dancing to music," said Emily Elizabeth. Clifford gasped. "Emily Elizabeth, that's it. Every story has one thing in common. Music." "You're right," said Emily Elizabeth. "It's like the book said, whales talk by singing. Maybe if we sing a song, we'll see Babbitt too."
"I think I read about that once. I never got a chance to try that once."
"Oh yeah? Well, maybe someday you will." Someday.